What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here. Welcome to our daily show where we discuss everything going on here in our country that you need to know about here on a daily basis. We got a lot of different things to cover here for you guys in this video, so let's jump right in. Also, the IRS says that $750 checks are coming to over 1 million people. That's right. Here's the details on this. Refunds from the IRS worth an average of $750 are expected to be paid out to a select group of people by the end of September. Here's how to claim yours if you qualify. Refunds from the IRS worth an average of $750 are expected to be paid out to a select group of people by the end of September. The IRS announced this in late August that it would waive the penalties for individuals and corporations who filed their 2019 and 2020 taxes late. It is also providing refunds or credits to approximately 1.6 million taxpayers who already paid their penalties for filing late. The refunds will average $750 per person for 1.6 million people. So they're really just doing this because the government has a historic surplus right now. They've paid down the national budget, or the national deficit by over $1.6 trillion. So this is kind of one way to give money back to the people. Quote, besides providing relief to both individuals and businesses impacted by the pandemic, this step is designed to allow the IRS to focus its resources on processing backlogged tax returns and taxpayers' correspondence to help return the normal operations for the 2023 filing season. Taxpayers do not have to do anything if they already filed their returns and paid penalties on them. For those who have not yet filed their returns for 2019 or 2020, they have until September 30th to file their returns and qualify for penalty relief. Penalty relief is automatic. This means that eligible taxpayers need not apply for it. If already assessed, penalties will be abated. If already paid, the taxpayer will receive a credit or a refund. Taxpayers should receive their refunds by the end of September. So again, these are going to be an average of $750. Let me know in the comment section if you end up getting these. I don't think you'll be able to say it in this video, but let me know in a future video if you end up getting these. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen pledges 5,000 new IRS hires to bolster taxpayer responsiveness. Now, if you've had to call the IRS anytime soon, it's probably like a 90% chance that it's been an absolute nightmare getting through. Yeah, I have seen probably hundreds, if not thousands, of comments of people saying, Jimmy, I've tried to call the IRS and I've waited on hold for hours and either waited on hold for a long time or literally couldn't get through. I've seen hundreds of those comments. I've seen a lot of people say that they waited on hold for, you know, a long time, let's say an hour, and then the automated system hung up on them. Or they tried to call and said, we're sorry, it's too busy, call another time, goodbye. I've had that happen to me. It's an absolute nightmare. They literally just don't have enough people to man the phones. So in the Inflation Reduction Act that was just passed like, I don't know, a month or so ago, part of the funding for that is they are going to hire up to 80,000 IRS agents. That's going to take a long time. They have to hire these people. They have to find people who are qualified and people who want to work for the IRS, because the problem is that the IRS doesn't pay very well historically. They tend to pay for the qualifications that they need, they tend to pay not up to par. So they have to hire people, they have to train them, all these things, and we'll see. We'll see. Now, phone support agents, they might be able to do hiring the other people to do like audits and things like that. That's a much harder job that requires a lot of training. Not that phone support doesn't either, because they need to have phone support is actually a pretty thing because when people call and have questions like that, they need to know all the answers and stuff like that. So it's not like they can just hire somebody and a week later put them on phone support. They kind of need to know all the answers or a lot of them, right? So I don't know how much training goes into that. You can let me know your thoughts on that. Maybe you might know, if depending on who you are, you might know some information on this. But it's not like they can hire you and 5 days later necessarily put you on IRS phone support, right? If you just kind of really think about that. But especially for audit, to put you in an audit team, that probably requires, I don't know. I mean, you may have to be on an IRS team for a year or two or something to actually make it to a team like that. I mean, I don't know. You can let me know your thoughts on this, but it's not like you can just be a new hire to the IRS and just go right to an audit team and start auditing people. I mean, you got to be a trained professional to be able to audit, go through books and stuff like that. Especially once you get past like simple audits. When you start auditing like corporations or complex tax returns, like you got to really know what you're doing. Like this is serious stuff, right? Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen is worried about gas prices, even though it's gone down for nearly 3 months straight. I think this is a fear of all of us. This is a fear of mine too. I just do not trust gas prices. I think they're going to eventually come back to bite us in the well, yeah, bite us in the you know what? I just don't trust gas prices, man. I just know that they're it's just one thing or another that's going to send gas prices up, and they're gonna get us one way or another. There's always something with gas prices. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen was asked about gas prices by Chief Political Correspondent Dana Bash just days after she went on a trip to Michigan touting economic progress. When she asked if Americans should be worried about gas prices going back up in the winter, Yellen did not give a straight answer, yes or no. She said it's a risk. She went on to explain that this winter the EU will cease, for the most part, buying Russian oil. And in addition, they will ban the provision of services that enable Russia to ship oil by tanker. And it is possible that could cause a spike in oil prices. And in late May, EU leaders agreed to their sixth sanction package against Russia since its invasion in Ukraine, banning imports of Russian oil. Earlier this month, the G7, an organization of 7 leading advanced economies, agreed to impose the price cap on Russian oil in hopes of reducing Russia's revenues and limiting its ability to fund its war in Ukraine. This tightens the already shortened supply that has triggered an energy crisis in Europe. And in turn, Janet Yellen warned it could affect US gas prices as well. The national gas prices has come down substantially from June's high of 502, now down to, as you can see here, the national gas average prices here are down to 368. So they are still coming down slowly. Slowly. You can see here a week ago they were 372. So they've only come down 4 cents in a week. It's better than going up, I guess, right? Still better than going up. I remember when they were going up like, what were they going up? Do you remember? Were they going up like 10 cents in a day at some point? Um, yeah, they were pretty dramatic at one point. Let me know if you remember that. Am I dreaming or do I remember that correctly? Uh, maybe I'm dreaming, maybe I remember that correctly. Um, I'm not sure. Let me know if you remember. But at least they're still going down. Diesel at 4.96. A week ago it was at 5.01. So that's down 5 cents in a week. Again, better to go down than up, right? So we're still moving in the right direction. Better than nothing, right? So again, that's good. We want to continue to see that happen. Now, gas prices in California, though, of course, California has the highest gas prices in the US. They have the highest taxes and the blend of fuel to reduce emissions there. They've gone up 7 cents in the last week. They've gone from 5.34 to 5.40 or 5.37 to 5.44. And diesel's gone from 5.71 to 5.79. So they've gone up 8 cents, or I'm sorry, that's premium. 6.31 to 6.30. So diesel's about the same. Regular's gone up 7 cents. So you can see the difference here in California. Texas, you can see here gas prices in Texas. What a big difference here of gas prices in Texas versus gas prices in California. 5.44 for regular in California, 3.18 for gas prices in Texas. Wow. What is that? $2 and like 20 cents. What a difference, man. Wow. Yikes. What a major difference. It's crazy, right? Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments. But will it continue to go down? Natural gas is just unbelievable right now. If you heat your home with natural gas, let me know if you do on that. You could see here winter bills will send shivers up your spine with energy prices set to rise as natural gas prices and pretty much most heating, depending on what you use for heating, they're pretty much all up here for winter. You could see here, Europeans, because they rely on natural gas, Russia has closed 2 major pipelines to Europe. That has sent natural gas prices up 300%, which means that natural gas prices have tripled from last year to the highest levels since 2008. Yikes. Also, let me know if you've been following Queen Elizabeth, her memorial. The queue to see the memorial becomes the longest in history, mourners waiting 24 hours to pay respects to the monarch. Wow, it's unbelievable that they even do this. But I really like that how they all love the queen there and how they all kind of come together for the queen. I wish we had that kind of respect for our president here in the United States, whether it's a Republican or Democrat. I feel that we're so divided here in the United States. I just feel like no matter who the president is, Biden, Trump, Obama, Clinton, any one of them, it's always like half the country hates them, no matter who it is, right? I wish we had that about our country. I feel like we need that. I feel like really the only time that I can remember that we had that in recent history was really like when 9/11 happened. Um, and we kind of came together from that, you know, in really modern day history that I can remember. Let me know your thoughts here. It's really just kind of sad. Um, no matter who the president is, I just feel like Republicans hate Democrats, Democrats hate Republicans. I'm really kind of proud to not be of either party because I just feel like there's so much division, so much hatred between. Uh, I feel like we're supposed to be the United States of America. Let me know your thoughts on this. Can we get past this? Do our elections push us farther and farther behind? Does our two-party systems push us farther and farther away from each other? We already have talks of if Republicans take over, they're gonna push for impeachment. They're gonna do this, that, and the other thing. Before Biden even came into office, we had people like Marjorie Taylor Greene saying that they're going to push for impeachment of Biden before he even became president. Um, do you think we're going to have this with every single president going forward, whoever the presidents are? Are we going to have one party pushing for impeachments of every single president going forward? Is that going to be a thing? Republicans, Democrats, every single president. Because honestly, I really feel like you could probably find something to try to impeach the president. You could say, oh, his policies on this, that, or the other thing, national security, border, military, the policy on Russia, anything, right? No matter who the president is, you could say their policy on this, that, or the other thing is treasonous or anything, right? Put me as the president and say I'm an independent and you don't like my policies on how I'm running the country or whatever, right? Let's impeach him. Like, you see the problem with the party system right now, and like as soon as one party takes over, oh, we're gonna impeach the president for this, that, or the other thing. I feel like we're so divided as a country. The United States of America really needs to be more united. You look at the love that the United Kingdom has for their queen, even though she's not really like the ruler per se. I wish we had that in America. I feel like that's one thing we're lacking. The kind of love for our country. I feel like we only see that like when we're in like a war situation and stuff like, and even then I feel like it wears thin quickly where people are like, why are we, you look at the Ukraine situation, people are like, why are we supporting them? I feel like that, even that like kind of wears thin very quickly. Let me know your thoughts. I feel like I just wish that we had that here for our country. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'll keep you up to date here with everything going on here in our country on a daily basis. Make sure to subscribe down below. It's completely free to do so. Click the bell icon so you don't miss out on new videos. I'll keep you up to date here. You can click here to see my newest video on checks going out to millions of Americans. And you can click here to see my newest video on Social Security raises going out to $2,400 to Social Security Americans. So click on one of those videos next. Thanks, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.